Ah!
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 Yeah. Welcome to Adam and Kate plus 8. I am Kate.
I'm Adam, still, unfortunately, much to many chagrin.
Mm. Yeah, I woke up this morning and I was like, fuck. Still me.
The pain of existence is
Ugh.
bullshit.
What's that Mark Maron bit? It's like, again with the waking. And then in the
Dude,
living.
I love the fuck out of Mark Maron. I am probably one of my all-time favorite comics, I think.
Same. Yeah. He and Patton Oswalt like got me into like stand-up comedy in a bigger way. I would listen to like Marin's first few comedy records like all the time. And man, I don't have much more to say. Apologies for everyone
Ah,
watching, as I am very tired, which
um,
is I guess the norm at this point. But
yeah, if I hadn't had those 4 shots of espresso, I would be struggling right now. I'm not going to sleep till
mm,
2 now. Great.
I am unable to do that sort of thing anymore. Just my body refuses. Like if I have caffeine too late in the day, my like it's a problem. Uh,
I'm getting older,
and I'm
so I
like,
pee a lot.
yeah, there's that. I was like, I used to drink like 3 Red Bulls and go to bed.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that out loud. That's so much bad for your heart.
Oh, I know, but I was 16.
Yo,
Like, I just did inadvisable things.
okay, so you're talking about Red Bull. I never got into energy drinks. It's the weirdest start to a music podcast ever, I think. Um,
We've done worse.
that's true. I've tried energy drinks. Like, I would
Mm,
rather do hard drugs. For like a minute, I was into the Java Monsters, and then I got one that was curdled before it was cold. I took one sip of it, threw up, and like I've never touched them again. I'm sworn off all energy drinks. Like unless it comes from my Breville or someone else's
mm,
equivalent. No, I don't care. No energy. No energy. I'm fine. I'll take a
entirely fair.
B12.
Um, my my friends and I used to drink an obscene amount of energy drinks. We had a favorite. Um, it was difficult to get. There's like one gas station that we knew carried it. It was just called cocaine, and it came in a red can. The font looked like white powder. It was equivalent to like 3.5 Red Bulls,
Jesus
and it
Christ.
burned when you drank it.
It makes jolt its bitch. Jesus.
Yeah. Um, I spent much of my youth inadvisably caffeinated.
Oh my god. Speaking
Uh,
of cocaine. um uh I got an advertisement. It's an energy supplement, but it's called Want a Bump.
oh my god.
And like you're supposed to do lines of it, but it's like the whatever was in that can, whatever Russian technology that you were drinking, you can put up your nose now. It looks it's going to be a lawsuit in like 5 years, if not sooner. And I want to try it for the experience, but I want my heart to work the next day.
Mm,
Sign up for the
yeah.
Patreon. Watch me die on camera. Ugh.
Adam and Kate snuff films coming soon. Uh, so other than that, how you been? How's your week been?
So far so good. Last week, pretty good. Still on the job hunt. Multiple interviews, multiple phone interviews. Did some one-way interviews, and like something's gonna break soon, which means I'll actually have rest again. Um, nothing really cool in the mail. Just worked a lot and did some Muay Thai and pulled more records off that I'm gonna sell soon, along with merch. So hung out with the wife, hung out with the cats. Like pretty, thankfully, like a really chill. Because this next week coming up, starting this weekend, I'm working like 70 hours a week for 2 weeks, if not more. So nice little relaxing bit right now.
Nice.
How about you?
My health struggles continue, which is just a new reality that I live in. But Had a nice weekend. Hung out with a friend of mine. We went to a new horror bookstore here in Philly called Philadelphia. Shout out, that place was really cool.
What a great,
Um,
what a great fucking name.
it it ruled. Hit up a comic book shop. It was nice. Yeah, it was just a nice afternoon. And other than that, my partner just left for a 2 week trip over to Europe. Um, and I'm like, try not to be sad about that because I love them a lot. I like spending time with them, and now they're doing a really cool thing, which is awesome. But I'm just like, and I'm just here.
But you're in the city that's always sunny. So what have you got to lose?
It's true.
We're in
It's
Europe.
true. Yeah. Italy. So, um, yeah, family trip, like the whole, or like the immediate, like, you know, sister, parents, like that.
Hell yeah.
Um, it's super cool. And like very happy for them. They get to go do that. They were just coming out of like a really busy season at work, so I'm glad that they get to have some time off and just sort of, you know, go see cool stuff. Um, it was funny. The very first photos that I saw from their trip were of a cat that they met in a bookshop.
Yes, cats.
Very on brand. As my partner likes cats more than they like people. Um,
I get it.
yeah. Um, but I did get some cool mail today.
Hell yeah.
The first of two Bo Memorial shirts that I ordered. Um, so shout out Bo forever.
Bo forever.
Um, so I think first things first, you want to get into my homework.
Yeah. Do you want me to give any description, or you just want to jump right in?
Um, well, how about you start?
All right. So, last round of homework, I assigned from Winston-Salem, their native sons, Code 7. Um, Not only did you tell me this was a blind spot for you, but this whole me assigning that particular band, we had a conversation a couple weeks ago, both on and off air, about bands that have dramatically changed their sounds. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought, like, my local scene in North Carolina, South Carolina has some truly gigantic bands that have like influenced other genres. And Code 7 was one of those bands that like was always at the forefront, but was not given necessarily all the shine they deserved. But everywhere
Mm-hmm.
they played, people were like, "What the fuck?" And I got to see them a lot when I was in military school because I was a terrible child and teenager. But I got to see them after the fact, and I got to see them grow as a band up to a certain point. Like when I went to school, and I didn't see them for a while. But I got to see them. The last time I saw them was for the John Rivera Memorial Show. Shout out John Rivera forever. And it was cool seeing them play what I always felt and what everyone else feels is their big EP. So I wanted you to kind of get a chance to experience what I got to see growing up as a band that really imprinted on me when I was a teenager.
Yeah. I think you were spot on with what you thought I was gonna like. Division of Labor, I think, was probably my favorite. Um, and also dug Sense of Coalition. Um, I I tried. I just couldn't really get into the later stuff. Like the later stuff, like when they go more like Further Seems Forever.
See, I figured you would have liked Dancing Souls Dead Echoes. I figured that would be like the third one. You're like, oh shit. Uh, just for some of our back and forth for the more mellow side of
Mm-hmm.
things. Um,
Yeah, it might be it might be just because I was doing like a just sort of like a straight listen through. So I was coming off of um Division of Labor, and I was like, this is sick. And then like it went more mellow, and I was like, but what happened?
they
So I might have to like I might have to revisit that record when I have a little bit more like I'm in a different headspace for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I was just like primed for like some sort of like heavy metallic kind of chaotic sort of like frenetic all over the place, and then it went like not that at all. And it wasn't bad at all, but I was just like, oh. But annoyingly, Division of Labor is missing the last track on Apple Music.
Okay, I know why. Um, that song was licensed for. Remember when like Code Orange and Incendiary did some stuff with WWE? They did their own original
Yeah.
song. There's a
Hmm.
point where I don't know who had the connection in the band or if it was even the label that had the connection, but they were able to license that song for WWE walkouts, if I remember correctly. So
Oh,
because they own
okay.
that license, that's why they weren't able to. But I think
The the
if I got digital,
the full thing's on YouTube, so I was able to
okay, good.
listen to it there. But it was just like tracks 1 through 5 are there. Like track 6 is just grayed out. Like nope, you can't listen to that one,
Yeah, that's
which is very stupid. I'm sure it makes sense to some like pencil pusher somewhere that has no joy and doesn't understand what art is. Um,
there's a lot of them out
but
there.
like, yeah. And unfortunately, we decided to let them run everything. Um,
We need more Luigi's. Anyways,
in Minecraft.
in Minecraft,
Um,
in Roblox.
but yeah, the full EP was on YouTube, so I was able to listen to it there. But yeah, um, Division of Labor is definitely my favorite. The one before it went a little proto new for my tastes.
Yeah, since
If that makes sense,
yeah, they're
just a little new,
so
a
their
little
first
nu new.
the first EP, Paper or Plastic. I think it might be on YouTube if it's anywhere. I don't think it's streaming anywhere. That record has a couple of songs from Sense of Coalition has like three or four songs from the EP redone,
Hmm.
and like that record was more aligned with like that kind of sound. That was what was big, kind of when they were first started out,
Yeah,
and they just kind of transitioned into hardcore, and then the weirder, groovier, and then later the double melodic, chaotic two vocalists, and then the Rescue was one of the singers that left the band, and the Rescue was like a rock record, and then Dancing Souls, Dead Echoes, and then the new record, which is like college. It's college indie rock. It's very good. Um, it's more like Dancing Souls, but like with more guitars, as opposed to like pretty sounds.
yeah. I think I mentioned Further Seems Forever was the easiest pull for me for like what it sounded like to me.
No,
It's
that's
kind of
not a bad
heavier. Yeah. Um, I will say I noped out of that Boys of Summer cover.
one. That was a
I was
gigantic
like,
smash around here.
I it started. I was like, oh, that's what's happening. I'm all set on this, and just went to the next one. I'm good.
Big sing along song here. No, like that was a big sing along song at their shows.
I can see it. It's one of those songs that like I have no affinity for the original. You know what I mean? So like a cover of it doesn't do anything for me. So I'm just like okay. I've never listened to the song on purpose. I'm not gonna
See,
start now.
I love the original, and I don't like the Atari's remake. I like the original and the Code 7 version, and I will die on that fucking hill.
Is the original Brian Adams? Am I losing my mind?
Yeah, Canada's still
Okay.
apologizing for him.
What did he do wrong?
I don't know. South Park said, they're still apologizing. So they've never been wrong about anything ever. Everything they've done has aged well. So, like, I'm going to listen to them. They're my spirit animal.
Okay, sure. I hot take. I do not care for South Park.
Really?
Don't care for it. I find it is I dislike the both sidesism of it. I find it kind of spineless.
I think
Like,
when it
we're gonna insult trans people and Republicans. That's the same. Fuck you.
I think when it came out originally, which is why I've stuck with it, was the subversive nature of it from the get go. Keep in mind, 1997, 98. I think the cat knocked something over. Um, it was such a different thing, and as the show evolved, like I said, some things did not age well, some things really did, and are still poignant. And I ended up really liking it and sticking with it. I
Mm-hmm.
still watch it to this day. I have favorite episodes. I watch YouTube videos about individual characters. It's just something that like has been a again part of me for a long time. I don't have to like all
It
of it,
make
but
it may makes total sense. But yo, man bear pig.
come on, it's so stupid. It's funny. It's so stupid. It's funny. He's being serial. He's super serial.
No, I'm sorry.
If he
It's
invented the internet, he can invent Man Bear Pig.
but it's them mocking climate change, and like that's bad. That's a
No,
bad thing that they did.
they're mocking climate change deniers with Man Bear Pig. That's how I've always
No,
taken
they're
it.
not.
I'm
They're
high a lot.
absolutely not. Under no circumstances were they mocking climate change deniers. They retconned it when they did the episode where Man Bear Pig turned out to be real, but the original stuff was just them making fun of climate change not being a big deal. That's all they were doing.
Can't win all of
And then a
them.
generation of Republicans who grew up on that fucking show are in office now, making policy decisions.
I don't think I've ever met a Republican with an actual sense of humor. So I think I don't know if they maybe they're into clip culture. I don't know.
Of course they don't have a sense of humor. They grew up watching fucking South Park.
Hey. I feel so attacked right now. Words like knives. Words hurt. Words hurt.
Well, I was just feeling a little salty.
That's
I'll pull
fine.
back. I'll pull
Speak.
back.
Speaking of salt, let's talk about some salt of the earth music. Let's talk about some hardcore. What a terrible way
Let's
to. What? What? We got
not one
something.
of our best transitions. I mean, not
No.
one of our worst either. But
What? What? All right. What? What are we doing today? We talked about, and I forgot.
so midway through an episode, you can see both of us realize that 2009 was a huge year for hardcore releases.
That's right.
Um, and I don't think gets and it also feels for some reason a little lost to time.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I'd say like 08 to 2012 was fucking weird in hardcore in general, but
Mm-hmm.
09, yeah, because yeah, we were coming out of like the big metalcore boom, and it became its own thing, and then like the revival of screamo, and then like blackened hardcore was going off in its one thing, and then like procore was like all the Bridge Nine bands were starting to just rise in popularity and just taking over shit. So yeah, there was a weird time, and like I don't think I listened to as much. I think I was listening to like backpack hip hop and like weird drum and bass and video game soundtracks. So let's fucking get into it because I feel dumb for like being part of it and I don't remember shit.
Yeah. So I have a playlist of all the releases in my music library that came out in 2009. You sent me some like a few screenshots of your Discogs
Yes,
from 2009.
insanely
So
incomplete by the way.
yeah. Um, so I'm just gonna kind of go through these,
All
and
right,
then you stop me when you want to talk about one.
all right.
Um, and I'll throw in stuff as um uh. So the first thing that I have on here is uh a HopeCon release. This is,
It's not
of
Death Wish.
course, the True Nihilist.
Okay, okay. That was a precursor to Death Knows Your Name. That's when they started getting real dirty, and they were like less like I don't want to say upbeat and bright, but the guitar tone drastically changed from like end note to everything after.
Yeah. Someone handed them a Kyle Hessa record. Um, um,
Angry. Angry HopeCon. Really angry HopeCon.
yeah. Death Knows Your Name might be my favorite HopeCon release.
Really.
Um, yeah, that's a really good record.
It is. I never got to see them at that era, only
Hmm.
end note Cold Blue. So if you got to see them, I'm very jealous because that was an era I would have loved to have seen them.
I didn't get a chance to see them. I got into HopeCon later, and kind of went back. I've only been able to see them once. They played Philly as part of like their release weekend for their latest record, which I liked. But I wanted to like it more than I did. I maybe have to go revisit that, but they fucking killed it. It was a blast seeing them. But um, let's see. All right, the next thing I got on here is A Day to Remember Homesick. This was their big blow up record.
Ba ba
Um,
ba da 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 da. Is it
I
that one?
was I was the yeah, yeah. I was the right age for this. I was like 18. Like,
Yeah.
and my friends and I really liked it. It didn't stick with me the way that it did with a lot of other people. I kind of quickly moved on to other things, but I was like I was a teenager and I was like this is fun. Um, you know. But yeah, this was like the one where they went like really stepped up in their production and got real poppy and really that whole like easy core thing really had a moment
What a
right
dumb.
around now, right around this time. I I use that for a lack of a better term. I think easy core sounds real stupid, but
No,
it's like
but you
them and like
newfound.
set Newfound Glory, Set Your Goals, and 4 Years Strong.
All right, so a couple of them have the ba 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 for their names, and one, A Day to Remember, has the most syllables. I don't know why I brought that up.
Yeah, I mean, and Set Your Goals was just named after fucking that Civ record.
The
um,
Civ record.
yeah, the Civ record, which is is easy core a sin that Civ is gonna have to take ownership of?
No, I think if anything, Anthony Civarelli should start promoting creepers with the ska tone in them. I had two pair of creepers because of Civ, and I think they need a comeback.
Fair.
I got a Victory Records bowling shirt. I'm not fucking around. Let's go back to when I had hope.
That Civ record is really good.
It is. It really is.
That aesthetic was corny as hell.
Blame the rise of ska in everything. Every band had a ska song back then. Axe to
It's
Grind was
true.
right. That era, everybody had a ska song on the record. So we'll blame the worst part of third wave ska.
Mm. Yeah, the bowling shirts and creepers and
No, no, creepers are fine. We'll blame fedoras.
oh yeah, a lot of white kids calling themselves rude boys.
That was funny. That was very, very funny. Ugh,
Um,
that was.
all right.
Is
Next up that I got on here is Advent, Naked and Cold.
that the full length or the EP?
This is their second full length on Solid State.
Okay.
The first one was like Remove the Earth or something, and that record is fucking heavy as shit. Naked and Cold also heavy, but I didn't like it quite as much as the first one. Um,
I'm still a Beloved fan in comparison. Uh,
mhm.
Advent was one of those bands that like, oh, this is cool, but I would rather. I was the
If
kid who was like, I'd rather have Beloved.
yeah, if you're all in on Beloved and someone like, yo, drummer from Beloved has another band, you're like, oh, cool, and then you listen to Advent, and you're like, oh,
My ears.
yeah. Um, I, I I really like Advent. Let's see. All right.
Underrated, by the way. Let's talk about Advent for a second. Out of all the
Yeah, let's
Carolina
do it.
bands, I think because I got to grow up at the inception and then pretty much the current state of BT Bama. Prayer was a local, Undying, Code 7, Stretch, Hopes Fall, Beloved, Azazel, Aria, uh, Bludgeon, so many. And Advent, I think, was the one that Advent and Bludgeon specifically never got the flowers they deserved. Bludgeon was doing crazy metalcore early, and Advent was doing what would become like heavy hardcore, like modern heavy hardcore, way before a lot
Yeah.
of other people were doing it. So even
Yep.
though I wasn't into their stuff, like they need the credit for what they were doing. So I want them. If you like modern heavy hardcore, listen to Advent. Go listen to Advent after this podcast.
Yeah. I no notes like I exactly. I mean, and they're still putting out music, and it still fucking rips. Um. All right. Next up, I got here Baroness, the Blue record.
Blind Spot, don't get it.
Um, I really like this record a lot. I don't know. It depends on whether or not you're in on that style of like bluesy sort of um heavy music. I don't even know what to call it. Like it rules. Give this record a listen.
All right.
Um,
The only thing I remember about those first couple Baroness records was Hyper Realist Records wasn't fulfilling pre-orders or some bullshit. There's something about the
mm,
pre-orders for the vinyl, and like that was all I ever heard about. I ended up finding Torch, I think, around the same time, and I was more into Torch because there was no issues getting their records. So I don't think I really gave Baroness. I know I had a ton of friends that hyped them up. Them and like was like Black Tusk and Howl, like
mhm.
that whole genre. Still kind of like a blind spot, but I at least know the names. So all right, all right. I'll give that. I'll probably give that a listen to sometime before the end of the year. I'll do Red and Blue just because I know those are the records.
Yeah, they are. Um, Kylesa, another band right in there. They might have. I think they may have had a record out this year. We may get to it. Um, Next up, I have on here is Between the Buried and Me. This is the one with the weird name. After Colors.
The Parallax.
The Great Misdirect. Nope,
Okay.
not the.
Wh-
This was the last record before they went real prog.
Yeah, this had the evil circus music.
Yes,
This all right. So I'm
I
out.
saw them play that song live, and it fucking ruled. They opened with it, so I went with some. I went to see them. It was like them, August Burns Red, Job for a Cowboy, Lamb of God. When I
First of
lived
all,
in Germany.
too much metal for one hand. Just want to put that out there. And and secondly, like I was out at this point on BT Bam. I just was. Like it was I didn't like prog then. I have
Mm-hmm.
trouble going back to it unless it's like a
Fair.
newer band. But
Mm-hmm.
I know that was the record that got them probably the most attention from coming off of Colors, which was like the hype builder, and then that came out, and then all of a sudden they were the
I
prog metal.
remember, yeah, I remember getting Colors when it came out, and that record blew my mind. Um, because it was like all over the place, but like it worked. Um, it was super cool, but I really like this record a lot. They opened with that weird song with like the weird piano circusy music, and like my friends, I was hyping the friends I went with were like all metalheads, and like they had gone primarily to see August Burns Red, and I was like, but Between the Buried and Me fucking rules. And they open with that song. They look at me like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?" But by the end of their set, they're like, "That was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life." And I was like, "Yep." um,
I think
all
I
right.
think I think why I fell off on BT Bam, just to be self-disclosive, I couldn't spin kick to it. And like
Mm-hmm.
Alaska had cool mellow prog parts, but you could still fucking murder your friends to it. But then after that,
Yeah.
I was not. So I just want to put that out there.
I mean, that totally fair. Alaska's a great record.
I think it's their
Um,
best. Personally, I think that's their best.
that is the record for a lot of hardcore kids who like BT Bam. Um, yeah, I don't see people writing for Silent Circus very much. But like, Alaska is like, I saw that was the first time I saw them was when they were touring on that record. All right. Next up, we got Buried Inside, Chroniclast. Or no,
Great.
Spoils of Failure. Sorry.
Okay, the Iconoclast. That's the one that has the gray cover. No, I'm thinking of
Yeah.
Burial Year. I'm thinking of Burial Year. I'm sorry. I have no idea who this is.
Um, I had a phase with them back around the time this came out. It is of that style of heavy music that I like that you are not down with, really. Uh, it is like the Neurosis ISIS style
Ah,
thing. Yeah.
okay.
I really liked the record that came before this, which was Chroniclast. Um, I think that's like the record for a lot of people. Um, but yeah, to give you an idea, like they put out Chroniclast and then toured with I Hate God. So,
Okay. Yeah, probably, definitely was not my scene around then.
yeah,
Uh, Still is not, but I know good when I hear it. So that's one I got nothing on.
yeah. And now let's go to let's take a pause from hardcore and adjacent things to go to adjacent. Um, Rapper
Double adjacent.
Cage put out a record this year, 2009.
Was that the one that had Shoot Frank on it?
No, this was Depart From Me, I Never Knew You.
I don't know that one. I didn't even know there was one after that. The one where Daryl Palumbo is on it.
Um, Cage, you're kind of in or you're out. Uh, he is he is kind of a polarizing figure.
Why?
I think he's just pissed a lot of people off. He had a long-standing beef with Eminem. Um,
What?
yeah,
My mind's blown because I was like
there's a song where Eminem calls him out by name,
like government name.
just screams his name angrily because he's so mad. But Cage is an interesting. He was in a rap collective along with LP, who now is one half of Run the Jewels. Um, yeah, they were called the Weathermen.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
uh, there's a record of like it's essentially like a mixtape. They never put out a record proper, but like um, early Aesop Rock was also part of this. Um,
Okay.
Camus was a big one, but he passed um, kind of suddenly, very very young. Um, who else was part of that? Yak Balls. Um, that name sticks in the mind.
Every name you're saying right now is like this is part of my backpack hip hop phase, and I was like Weatherman. I said no. I listened to it. I had MP3s. I was like, did I ever have a physical? Did they make a physical? So everything you're saying is like very much what I was listening to. I just didn't know there was a
Yeah.
second Cage record where he went at it with Eminem. Jesus.
The Cage Eminem beef goes way back to way before this. Back when Eminem was before he went fully solo.
Oh, D12 stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm about to look in.
Um,
I did not know. I just fucking learned something tonight.
Fun things. Uh, the more you know. Um, all right. Next up for me, big one for me. Coalesce reunited, put out Ox and Ox EP.
Bangers.
Bangers. Um,
Underrated bangers. Fucking great comeback records all around.
yeah. If you want a, if you're ever saying to yourself, I don't know where to start with Coalesce,
Yeah.
I think it's an excellent place to start. Um,
dirty.
It's bluesy, like
Yeah,
Americana-y, like not in like an Every Time I Die like Southern metalcore sort of like post
slowed
Pantera
down.
way, like not like that at all. Like very much its own thing. Um, is super cool. Um, so
Yeah, those are the underrated Coalesce records. I know Revolution, 012, whatever. Great records.
mm,
Nothing new under the sun. I these were actually like so I had Coalesce records physical for years, never listened to them. This came out and that was actually what caused me to listen to the other records I got. And I was like, "Oh, I think I have my
yeah,
Coalesce era figured out. I think this from here on." And like Salt and Passage came out not too long after that, so or it
Salt
was
and
around the
Passage was
same time.
before.
Okay, because I had that too. But no, those that was my Coalesce era. That was something I didn't know I needed to listen to. That hit a bunch of different things. Like if R.L. Burnside had a hardcore band, is how I would describe it to people.
Yeah, a band that I think a and I love Botch, but I think that Coalesce is the better band,
Ooh,
and I might be a hot spicy take, but I
I
think
think
Coalesce was the better band. Um, and but never got their flowers the way that Botch did, and it always kind of bummed me out because like when I was introduced to like I came in to like hardcore music through like that first Norma Jean record, the first Chariot record, and I had people in my life who were like, "Yo, if you like this, you should listen to where they got it from. It's Botch and it's Coalesce." Um, and you know, I've been able to see Botch and Coalesce in the last couple of years, and like Botch fucking sold out like an international like a world tour. Um, Coalesce um, filled the church here in Philly on a Sunday afternoon. Like, I don't know why one broke big, the other one didn't, but yeah, I Coalesce forever.
listen to Coalesce, kids. In all reality, listen to
Yeah,
Coalesce. Start with Ox and Ox EP, and go from there. Like that's yeah,
yeah. After
that
that, I would recommend Give Them Rope. Um,
great
there's
title.
Revolution and Just Listening, also great. They have a record of just Led Zeppelin covers, and it
Nothing new under the
kind of
sun.
rules.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's kind of fucking sick. um, oh, since we're here, the record for a lot of people is an EP called "Functioning on Impatience."
I'll vamp for a second while you're reaching for it. Coalesce at Furnace Fest. Very cool to finally knock them off my bucket list. Uh, ooh, I love it. I love it.
This was part of the re-release that they did a few years ago. This is one of my favorite bits of vinyl that I own. Not that I own a lot of it, but it's got this sweet
Yes.
slipcover.
The Volubium cover returns.
Yep. Um,
Some of the weirdest art were on those early Coalesce records. Like really, really
yeah,
pushing
I
some shit.
have I have shirts with the album artwork for both like Revolution and this, and you know, this gets me compliments every time I wear it. The other one with the two-headed fetus gets me a lot of weird looks.
Ooh, I like that. Hell yeah.
So, anyways, um, yeah. And I think I mentioned it before, but I heard on a podcast that they are working on new material.
That's awesome. I I hope now that they're on relapse and they actually get like a better chance to get some eyes on them. I hope they do a box set.
That'd be
I
cool.
would buy I'd buy a Coalesce box set to be okay, I got it all. I don't have to chase down weird variants like a psychopath. I have it all. Um,
Yeah.
I would love that.
Um. All right. Next one. is Cold Cave. Love Comes Close.
First full length after all the singles,
I think so.
or is it a comp? I can't
Yep,
remember.
first. Nope, first full length.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this record that hasn't already been said. Like Cold Cave is in a lot of ways, has gone on to very much outshine American Nightmare and
definitely bigger
any other
audience.
thing that Wes did. Um, it's it's cool, you know.
I didn't jump on until Cherish the Light Years. I've gone back,
Okay.
but I think that like so those early records, those early singles are really hard listens for me. They're not
Hmm.
bad, but like it does not have the same kind of like poppier sensibility. It's definitely like I could see Wes listening like I'm gonna listen to Can and Kraftwerk for the next 72 hours, then write my own version. And then
Sure.
uh the other stuff sounded like not thematically, but musically more upbeat and more dancey. And he got more and more
Hmm.
like dancier up until like the last record, which is more akin, damn it, what's I forget the name of the new record, but it's closer to the older material.
Yeah. All right. Next up, I got on here uh, a big one for both of us. Converge, Axe to Fall.
The underrated Converge record.
Yeah. A record that was a bit maligned when it first came out, but that history has formed the correct opinion on. I think. Um, it it was odd for a lot of people, especially diehard Converge fans, because it was like their big like collaboration record. Like they pulled in a bunch of like people and did like you know and collaborated with them on various tracks, which people were used to Converge a la carte, if you will. Um,
This this really marks the change of their sound too. This is where we have I feel like this record No Heroes does it a little bit, but this record in particular gave us the Converge sound. The the sound you hear now, this is the record that I think really started the new era for them.
it was there on like going all the way back. I mean, I think the Jane Doe is like the record where they like there was a major shift in their sound. Um, so I would actually make a differentiation here, which is that Jane Doe is where they really there was that market change in sound. Like Jake's voice, I don't really changed. Maybe it was in the way that they recorded it. Maybe it was just in the way that he was screaming. Um, and then Axe to Fall is where they really dialed in the production for that new sound.
Was that the one that Kurt did everything on?
It might be.
Because I know he's been involved with like just about all, but I don't know if that was one that he like did every aspect of it. It might have been. Let me text him real quick. I'm just kidding. I do not have his phone number. How wild would that be? Mid interview, yo, dog, was Axe to Fall the record where like you did it all?
Yeah.
He replies, "Sick, brah."
Sick, bruh. Let me. We can Google at least. Let me look.
All right.
So let's see. Yeah, and to go back to the collaboration thing, members of Cave In, Steve on Tale of Neurosis,
George from Blacklisted.
hmm Genghis Tron, which is I
Weird.
think like a weird like noise electronic artist. Yeah, yeah. Recorded and produced by Kurt.
Hell yeah! I don't know if he. I know he's been involved in the rest of it. But that was the first one where he did all of it. Maybe it's the time God City had finally got enough money from recording everybody else where they could buy all the equipment they wanted for them, and then had the ability to record everybody, uh, whatever they wanted. But that sound, that record's where I started hearing other bands really aping the Converge sound
Yeah,
and really
yeah,
wanting to be Converge. No Heroes, Axe to Fall, like that era is where I would put it.
yeah. Um, Axa Fall is when they started getting on some bigger tours. Like Axa Fall is also like they had like shirts and Hot Topic.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Um,
you're right. That's when it started.
They did Axe to Fall, or no, No Heroes. They were on Sounds of the Underground that year, which like put them in front of a lot of people who probably had never seen them before. I think that's the tour that got them in front of a lot of metalheads. Um, if I
Who
had to
else?
guess,
I think that year, that tour, I think the one probably after that, because I feel like they did
yeah.
another big tour. Let me text
Let me
Jake
look
real
up
quick, see what that's saying.
Sound of the Underground 2006. Let's look, shall we? Because nothing on the internet goes away. Nope, not 2005, 2006. All right, ready for this?
Yes.
All right. Headliner: As I Lay Dying and In Flames.
Ew for the first one, and second one, uh,
Eh.
a lot of hair, a lot of swinging
Trivium.
hair.
Yep. Next line down: Trivium, Cannibal Corpse. Next line down from that: Terror, Black Dahlia Murder, Behemoth.
What the? Who put this tour together?
Uh, The Chariot, Through the Eyes of the Dead, Evergreen Terrace, Guar. And then on select dates only, Killswitch, Shadows Fall, VOD, and E Town Concrete.
Let's book both shows together. That's what that whole tour screams. Let's just combine both shows.
That very much sounds like two different. Sound of the Underground was a short-lived like metal like touring metal fest that was seeking to compete with Ozfest um, back in the early 2000s.
And I get that mixed up with 10 for 10 all the time, by the way.
Yeah. Um, and then yeah. Oh, yeah. Converge also was on there, but for whatever reason, not on the flyer that I just looked at. There was so many bands on this fucking thing, and so many of them were like only on like specific days too. Like, not every band did the full tour. Um, like Horse the band was on some of it.
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
I This is like throw everything out there, see what sticks, aggressive music tour.
yeah, yeah. All right.
I'm not knocking
Gotta
it.
move on.
It
Yeah.
just is what it is.
Um, Next up we got Defeater's EP Lost Ground.
Okay. I think I sent that to you as well.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so correct me if I'm wrong before I make a total ass of myself. I feel like Travels was out the year before they signed to Bridge
Mhm.
9 and they immediately re-released it, and then this came out. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and this so for the uninitiated, Defeater is a concept band. Every single record that they have is part of a larger story.
yep,
Um, all based around like World War II era United States.
yep.
So Lost Ground is actually my introduction to Defeater.
Great intro, by the way. Great
I think it
intro.
really is. Thematically, it follows it was a character that was introduced on Travels, but it is all written from the perspective of a young African American man who um, is conscripted to go into fight in World War II, and then comes back and like you know falls on hard times in large part because he is a young black man living in the United States at that time.
It
Kind of
good.
a cool perspective. Maybe not one. I'm sure today would be like, I don't know if that was Derek's story to tell. Just naming a criticism that could be brought up. I can certainly see that argument, but still, I think a cool thing. Um,
It was also because dad saw my EP and because he opened it up for me when I was at work. Tell me know what came in the mail. And I said, open it up for it, be all right. And that came in, That really travels, lost ground. What's the next one after that? It's your favorite. Empty Day, Sleepless
Um,
Nights.
Lost Ground is my favorite. Empty Days, Sleepless Nights was like that record really popped off. Like that was the one that got them big on Tumblr back
Uh,
when Tumblr was popping.
Great examination of PTSD. And that's why my
Mhm.
dad got into him. He was not obviously not into the music. He wasn't ready to two step, being an older person. Uh, hips, the hips. But he really liked how they presented the night before going off to war, being terrified, dealing with what you saw, coming back to a world that already didn't want you, but hated you even more, and then
Yep.
your decline, which was a lot of what happened with everyone that came back from Vietnam. So that
Yep.
like them as a band really resonated with my dad, and like he told some of his people in the VA, the younger kids, they got into Defeater because it was one of the only examinations I think that really was explicitly showing the horrors of war, the aftermath, the PTSD, and then trying to live a regular life
Yeah.
after like
There's
our great
a
Civil War.
this conversation obviously exceeds the scope of our dumb fucking music podcast, but there's an odd thing, especially among like the more progressive to where they sort of like shit on not only like the American like military industrial complex, which is entirely justified, but like they also shit on people who actually like go off to war. And there's plenty of assholes, and there's plenty of people like gung ho fucking morons who join up because like they want to be macho and drive a Humvee. But like there's it's also like frankly a lot of people who don't know any better, who get lied to by recruiters, um, who don't have really another choice, you know, other than like go work at a factory that's probably going to get shut down the next 6 months. Like they don't have any other options, right? And then
Yeah,
they go off and they get horribly traumatized, and then there's nothing for them when they come home because America only cares about its soldiers when they're actually, you know, killing brown people and not when they're back home wrestling with the fucking atrocities that they committed because they didn't fucking know any better. Um,
that, like in West Virginia, because I love talking about it whenever I can shoehorn that in, for the longest time, had the most vets per capita than any other state. And you talk about like no opportunity,
yeah,
business closing down. That is the state of West Virginia. Almost
yeah,
whatever. It's a generational thing. So a lot of my
yep.
friends from West Virginia, instead of going to college, they had no option. It was either work at fucking the gas station or have some semblance of a future, and that was the military.
Mm-hmm. No, that was my dad in rural Indiana. You know, the car factory was closed. There like there what else was there for him to do? The family didn't have enough money to send him to college. The only thing really available to him was to go do this. Um, and military recruiters are predatory fucking assholes that will just lie, will flat out lie to kids to get them to enlist. Like, not even like, not even like misrepresent or like, you know, or whatever. Like, no, like we'll flat out lie about the opportunities that enlisting will present them in order to get as many recruits as they can.
Speaking of opportunities, I think we've now blown our opportunity for Black Rifle Coffee to give us a sponsorship. Oh no.
Yeah, somehow I think by the grace of God, I will be able to sleep at night. Fucking
I
bootlicking pieces of shit.
Oh, we have very similar opinions on this. This time you got to
Yeah.
go off.
Um, I just have no patience for a lack of class solidarity. Uh, you know, no patience for it. Um, you're either for everyone in the working class or you're not. And like you need to understand that like, you know, poor disenfranchised people are poor disenfranchised people. If you can't understand that, then you have no class solidarity and you should go fuck yourself.
Here,
So,
here.
anyways, hardcore. Uh, uh, blacklisted. No one deserves to be here.
Rainstick.
Rainstick. What? Uh,
So that
this
was
record grew on me. It's still not my favorite blacklisted record.
it's. Let me see if I actually have it by if I have it handy. I may not. Might be on the second thing.
It does have like the most, like, at least last time I looked, like their number one, like their top played songs on Spotify for a while at least were all from this record.
Is that it right there?
Which,
Aha! I have access to this one. This bad boy. Let's see. I joke about the rain stick. That was the fucking go-to comment on Lamb Goat at the time. Um, this is this is a black copy, friends
mm,
and family copy that I somehow ended up with from the label. Uh, this is their
that's
Nirvana
wild.
record. This is their Nirvana record. This was a dividing record for the fan base, and this was like their in Nirvana's in utero. This was Blacklisted's in utero.
Yeah.
Lyrically, one of the hardest listens that at my in my life at that time. Uh, there were like that first song, yo, our apartment is always empty.
Yep.
That is a crushing song. Uh,
Yeah.
that whole record is that way, but like it is that's George really leaning into his emotions. I mean, he did it for other records, but this was the one that like he put it all the fuck out there, and it
Yeah, he
was
did.
a very vulnerable and very, very wonderful record. I don't have anything else to say, but it was a very, for me, at the time, much needed listen.
Mm-hmm. Um, definitely him at like for an already like someone whose lyrics are already very emotionally raw. Like no one, no one deserves goes personal in a way. And again, this is he's already a very personal sort of like raw lyricist, but like that one really steered into the skid for that. Um, I really like it lyrically, musically. It doesn't do as much for me as like my two favorite Blacklist records are Heavier Than Heaven and When People Grow, People Go. Um,
Same Z's.
yeah, but that record, yeah. I think a record that time is being kind to, and
Yeah.
people uh, are going back to it, and um, yeah. All right, let's see. Next up, end of the year, end of the year.
That was the self-titled EP. The first thing they did on Death Wish. It was right after like a billion singles. They were off rev. Uh, the second song, Grey Morrow,
Has
is amazing.
it has my favorite end of year song and one of my favorite songs. Period. Walter and Miller Jr.
In my head, I'm
Uh,
saying yes, I agree with you. No, that EP was Death Wish was on one. They were fucking firing off nothing but hits at this time.
yeah,
Death Wish and Bridge Nine. I almost said Have Heart Records, but Bridge Nine and Death Wish were absolutely fucking killing it at this point. They were
yeah,
unstoppable goddamn forces. Not everything they put out was gold. They don't make mistakes. And shout out to the old Death Wish mail order people. This was one of those records that like I don't know why it didn't get the attention it deserved because it was such an incredible record.
yeah. Um, yeah, go listen to end of the year. Um, all right. Where are you at with Evergreen Terrace?
Uh, I like tracks from just about every record.
Mm-hmm.
Burned Alive by Time is the record for me.
Okay.
I've seen them a couple times. I think every LP they've had has at least two or three tracks. So I'm like, fuck yeah, and I mean all of them. They're like they're
Mm-hmm.
like they're like Florida's Alexis on Fire for me. Except I like more of Alexis full lengths than I do Evergreen.
Mm.
Every record has tracks that are like, oh fuck yeah. Which one was this? Was this?
Almost home.
Okay, that's my second favorite one.
Okay.
Great
Um,
production, great fucking production, super slick.
yeah. I think I liked more tracks from the record right before this. Wolf Biker, which is
Two
one of
tracks
the
for me.
stupidest record names, but also just kind of cool.
They had great merch for that era, for sure.
They did. That album cover is great. It's like Wolf Biker. What's it about? Wolf Biker. But yeah, Almost Home. It's like, um, what's the record for a lot of people? Is it Sincerity?
Uh, Sincerity's the easiest guys in this game. I think it's a.
Depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Almost Home is it for some people. Uh, the first LP, Sincerity, is a good one because it has all the covers on it too. Then you got Wolf Biker, and then you have
I thought the covers record was a separate record.
it might have been. I say there's another problem with Evergreen for me. I forget what's on what. As long as I get to hear "No Donnie, these men are nihilists," I'm moshing, and everything else is icing on the cake.
Evergreen Terrace, one of the first hardcore bands I ever saw live. They were main support for the Chariot when I saw them.
Really big down here. By the way, low key one of the bigger bands in the South. Like
Mm,
they're like Stretch Armstrong. They fucking draw. Like they get the olds and the youngs moving.
I believe it. I forgot about this. Evergreen Terrace just put out, like last summer, they put out a split with Wisdom in Chains.
I didn't even know that happened. So I just learned. I've learned so much on this. We're growing. We're growing as people.
Uh, Sincerity is an easy disguise in this business.
That was the last eulogy record, right?
I think so.
How do I
Or was it
remember
their
that, but
first?
not
Or was it their
tracks?
first Ferret?
I thought they went eulogy Metal Blade, then Ferret.
Might be. No, this is Eulogy. Um,
Did they go on
so
Ferret?
Writer's Block was the covers record, and that came out in 2000. That's the one that they covered The Offspring and U2.
Well, they didn't force it on my iPhone, so I'm cool with it. Suck a dick, Bono. I love your charity
So
work.
my iTunes library is so big that I didn't even notice it went on there, and like it's never bothered me once.
I need to save my megs, my megabits.
Yep. All right, next up, one of I think a record that you don't particularly care about, but is one of my all-time favorite Every Time I Die records. New Junk Aesthetic.
Yeah, one or two tracks. Art is fun. The art is probably some of my favorites that they've done.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
Jordan,
yep.
the only album he did the artwork for, which bums me out because I think he should have done more because his art fucking rules.
Uh, this and the Big Dirty are not my ETID records. I know people that
Mm-hmm.
ride for both of those, and I'm like, they're fine. They got a couple songs.
The I got in on them on Gutter Phenomenon, and then the Big Dirty was like the new record after I got into them. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
I wore that record out. All right, let's see what else we got here. Gwen Stacy.
MySpace core. MySpace metalcore.
Yep. I don't really
Which
have much
record?
to say about it.
Which record is that?
Um,
The
Dialogue.
Ferret?
It might be the first Ferret one. Nope, this was still Solid State.
I'm getting them mixed up with Mary Jane Kelly. Mary Jane Kelly. Mary Jane Kelly. That I'm getting them mixed up with them. So I got nothing on this. I can't. I
I don't
can't
have
remember.
anything to say either. A band I know you don't care about. He is Legend.
Ugh.
I
Ugh.
don't have much. This is their record. It hates you. Couple tracks.
Throwing your CD out the car if you put that in there, dog. Could give a fuck about that band. Someone's gonna get mad at me for saying that and try to fight me. I just want you to know that they feel passionate about that band. I do not.
I I know. Speaking of MySpace era metalcore stuff, Inhale Exhale put out a record this year.
Who?
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Who?
They had a very brief moment, like '07 through '09. Didn't go
so
anywhere.
Inhale
They
Exhale
were
had a.
also a they were a solid state band, so
Are you saying they had a short breath?
I guess I could be if you wanted to force the pun.
I do. I want to force it. They can't all be
Yeah.
winners.
Yo, Adam and Kate from the future here. Um, there is one record we missed so many. We missed
Yeah.
so many, but there was one that just felt really silly to both of us to have overlooked, given that like I was wearing a bow shirt. Harm's Way put out their first full length record in 2009. Um, it's a fucking heavy ass record. It fucking rules. Um, it was not one that I was familiar with at the time. I got introduced to Harm's Way when they signed to Death Wish, and then I kind of worked my way backwards from that and have kept up with them since. But um, it seemed too silly to leave this one out. So
Yeah.
thought we'd pop in here from a day later to be like, yeah, we missed that one. I'm sure there's plenty more that also really bear talking about, but that one in
Yeah.
particular seemed very silly to have forgotten.
Yeah. Like the fact that like when we were doing the episode in general, and even after, and even leading up to the episode, '09 was such a gigantic year that I don't know why I have weird blinders towards it. Like I put records from '09 coming out in 2008 or 2010. I don't know why '09 is a big. It's like it didn't exist, but it clearly
Sure.
did. Um, this was the second Harm's Way record I had heard. I had heard No Gods, No Masters, the EP, previously to this record because I got into them much, much later. Was never, I don't think I even got to see them live. I think I was supposed to see them with no, that was Switching Tongues. They was Switching Tongues on Code Orange Vein and Show Me the Nepotism. So,
Edgiest kid at their art school core. Anyhow, I've I managed to see Harm's Way a few times. Incredible live band. There's a Hate 5-6 video where you can see me get punched in the face while they play "Become a Machine." If that's a thing you want to see.
make a GIF of it. It's our NFT. It's our
um,
NFT. It's the first of our NFT series.
I I promise you it'll appreciate in value, Adam. I keep telling you. The
Listen,
line only goes up.
I mean, to the moon, to the fucking moon. Uh,
To the moon. But the hit from this record, I think, is we were literally just talking about it right before we hit record. Warriors Will Reign
yeah,
is the hit. Song is fucking heavy as shit. I think they still will bust that one out live. I mean, obviously it goes without saying at this point, the future of that band is a little bit undecided.
they're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, which entirely fair.
Yeah,
um, but um, yeah,
yeah. Helios into Warriors is what I wanted to hear more of from them after that LP. I love their instrumentals because they are different from a lot of the other bands that do instrumentals that go into a heavier song. That right there was like, if people were like, what's the perfect transition for you? from especially this era of hardcore. There's like maybe two others that I would put up there, but that is probably the first one that comes to mind because the guitar is so current, but it also sounds medieval at the same
Yeah.
time. Like,
For a band as heavy as they are, they've always consistently been doing something like way more interesting than their peers. Um, like, yeah, there's like some ignorant heavy mosh parts, but like the stuff they're doing around that is like has always and they've only gotten you know more cool and weird in the years since, while still being a an impossibly heavy band.
yeah, they again, I'm familiar with that LP, No Gods EP, and then Rust is probably the other one. Uh, Everything when they started adding the industrial elements, that was I was not I never truth be told I was never like a big fan. I didn't hate them, but I was like,
Okay.
there's stuff that they put out that I definitely liked. That I was like, oh, this is dope. When it came to the industrial side of things, there's only a few bands I followed along with them. Like Code was one of them. Uh, Vane, what they said they're in weird industrial stuff mixed in, and like I don't know, Nine Inch Nails. They're not a hardcore band, but like they're there's only a few bands that can like KMFDM that have an industrial sound that I actually Ministry that I actually get down with.
Where are you at with Godflesh, by the way?
Street Cleaner's dope.
Yeah.
It's the
Because I
only one
know
I've
that's a
listened to.
like fair enough. Because I know that that's a big influence on a lot of Harm's Way stuff. So, um, but yeah. Anything else to add on this one?
Um, uh, if there are still benefit shirts for Bo and his family, go pick them up. If there's still
Yeah,
Harm's Way records in stores and you were on the fence, whether we influenced you or you listened to a couple songs, just go ahead and sell them out. Just
absolutely. The a lot of the so the Kickstarter, good lord, the GoFundMe blew way past its goal, and Colin is working along with, I believe, um, Taylor, Bo's partner, and various other folks to put like all the money that's getting raised for like the Bo benefit stuff and what have you is going to a fund to try and make mental health care accessible for touring musicians. Um, so definitely something to go support. Um, mental health care in this country is a fucking joke. Um, and that's when you have insurance.
yeah,
Never mind when you don't.
yeah.
Um,
As a former touring comic, I can tell you being on the road, whether it's for like a couple days or a couple weeks, it will grind you the fuck down. I can't imagine what it's like being in a touring band, constantly on the road, trying to take care of your life at home and life on the road. Uh,
mhm,
Comedy and music are two different animals, so I'm not going to try to compare like, oh, they're the same. So
yeah. Um,
let a touring band stay at your house. Treat them like your homies. That's what I would
yeah.
add.
Yeah. Yeah. Be kind to people. Uh, I think truly you never know what someone's going through. But yeah, go get a shirt, go get a record, go get a something. Go out and listen to this record. Because it was cool. But other than
Ignorant
that,
mosh. Good ignorant mosh in that record. Hard. Hard.
yeah, horde,
Horde.
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 Um, we'll jump back now to Adam and Kate in the past. Um,
See you there.
okay, so let's get to actual good music again. Isis, Wavering Radiant.
Band is a huge blind spot for me, and I've seen them twice. Still don't understand it. I
Very
have not.
jealous.
Um, I have
Um,
I have nothing against them. I saw them in
I think
2000.
this was their last. I think this was their last record.
Uh, Shout out Aaron being a neurosis, by the way. Just want to bring that
Hell
back
yeah.
out there. Um,
Hell yeah.
Thinking Man's Metal. If you know ISIS, you know it's one of those bands. If you know, you know.
Hmm.
I got nothing. Not mad at them at all. I just got nothing.
That's fair. The Yeah, it was their last full length record. The thing that they came out with after this was a split with the Melvins.
Hell yeah, I love the Melvins. Fuck yeah.
That's cool. I forgot that that happened. Um,
I didn't even know it happened until just now. So
yeah. Uh, if you've never listened to ISIS before, I think Wavering Radiant is a good place to start. Um, it's cool. It's like really melodic and pretty, but also heavy. Um, their music is pretty. If you find yourself listening to Neurosis and you're like, man, I wish this was like prettier, then go listen to ISIS.
okay, fair.
Um,
That's like my BFFFFFFF for L. He loves ISIS. He'll put them on, and I'll always ask him who it is, and I do it every time because I can't. It's a blind spot, and like I think I'm musically blind to it. Like, or I'm aurally blind to it.
mm,
Like I
you were
don't
punched in the
know
head
who
too
it
many
is.
times.
Yes, that's what we're gonna blame it on, and my stupid ears. I need robot ears.
Um, so this is also, I gotta say, because I have a playlist of like my iTunes library. Like I've been paying for iTunes Match, which is like makes all of your music available in the cloud, and I've been doing it for like for 20 years now. Holy shit. So 2009 was in my I collect music phase, and it wasn't like I didn't listen to a lot of this either. It was just like I just must have it.
Ah,
So there's some records in here that we're going through, and I'm like, I don't know, because so there's a Killswitch Engage record that came out. I never
okay.
cared about that band. Fucking Guitar Hero core. I know that
First,
that's a little dismissive. I know this band matters to a lot of people.
uh, saw them. I've seen them twice. Shout out for the Duckowitz brothers for doing Aftershock. Aftershock is a band, y'all. If you like Killswitch, go check out Aftershock. It has nothing to do with this conversation, but I got to see them at Hellfest 2000 when Jesse Leach was still in the band. Uh, they caught everyone's attention. Everyone went, "What the fuck is this?" Big reaction. That's all I really got for Killswitch. I think I saw them in Pittsburgh, maybe '04, '03, sometime around end of Heartache era, and Howard was in
Hmm.
the band. It was cool. I got nothing but love for Killswitch and Blood Has Been Shed and Aftershock.
I have a Blood Has Been Shed shirt somewhere that I should try and sell for money.
You'll make real money.
All right, let's see. Uh, Kylesa,
Aha, we
another
did get
band
to
right
it.
there. Say again?
We did get to it. There was
We
one.
did. Static Tensions. It's good if you like Baroness, if you like that sort of like bluesy, noisy metal hardcore thing, then you'll like this. I don't know. All right. Do you have an opinion on Mastodon?
More like Mastodon. No, uh, so Mastodon, again, a band I've seen multiple times. I have
Cool.
friends that love them. They're not too far from me where I live in South Carolina. Atlanta's not too far of a trip for me. Uh, Gigantic, influential, have done a lot. Uh, does nothing for me, but I enjoy it.
This was this was their a band that already known for doing like interesting concept records. Um,
What's Crack
blew
the
the
Sky?
absolute This is Crack the Sky. This blew the
Hell,
absolute tits off the notion of a concept record.
yo,
Paraplegic person gets into astral projection and meets Rasputin.
band is so. Listen, if you like metal and you want like some real weird shit in it and some deep thought, we've named off some bands that you all should be checking out. Mastodon, legend in the South. legendary band.
Yeah.
Happy I got to see him a bunch. It just I got nothing.
Hmm.
Sorry.
I it's cool if you're into it. If you're not into it, it's you know. Um all right. Going back to your thing for a second, Portraits of Past?
Okay. Ports of Past, they are one of those, and they've now become like legendary, influential screamo bands. And they put out a self-titled record. I want to say 98, 99, 2000, and they broke up. They've had a big revival. This was the revival EP, and that first song, Fire Song, is so catchy. It's so good. Um, it is just post-hardcore screamo mixed together on that record. The other one is more screamo adjacent, and big influence on a lot of your favorite bands, including Glassjaw. Would
Okay.
recommend you check them out. They just had a repress of that self-titled. Ebullition Records did a repress of it. It still may be out there. Porch to Past is a band that I think if you listen to like Portrayal of Guild, if you listen to Birds and Row, if you listen to Glassjaw, if you listen to a lot of the level playing bands, if you listen to Neil Perry, Stop It, Joshua Fit for Battle, this is a band along with like Heroin, Antioch Arrow, Swing Kids.
Ooh, Antioch
This
Arrow. Sorry, I like Antioch Arrow. That's all.
uh, this is a band that like it should be in the same conversation with them. They just started playing out again. I've yet to see them. I may never see them. Oh yeah, Sasha Orchid. They live in that world. Uh,
Okay.
just a band like a very influential band that like gets talked about by the elite of the genre. But like I
Hmm.
just think they're a band that more people should check out. I really enjoyed them, and I didn't think I would, but that record got me into them. I really dig it.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. All right. Pianos Become the Teeth.
Old Pride, yo, great record, great screamo
Great
record.
record. Great
Uh,
screamo record.
was it
Um,
was one of the song Odd How People Shake? Was that one of the songs?
Cripples Can't Shiver.
That was it. Odd How People Shake was from Fear Before the March of Flames. How do I remember this? Yo, that song right there hits. That's my favorite song on the record. Those first four songs are a great musical journey.
Yeah.
Uh,
This was
again,
a. I remember I saw pianos uh, a bunch during like this period of time, and like saw them with like Saddest Landscape, and they were a band like one of the most emotionally moving sets I've ever seen. If that, yeah, I don't know, really good.
uh,
I
again,
like
good.
I like them before they went like full Thursday, uh, but really important band and one that I feel gets lost in the shuffle a little bit. Like Touche Amore and La Dispute, like obviously are like the biggest bands from that era, but like
Yeah,
Pianos really
there's
had a
some of
moment,
them.
and yeah, I don't know.
Same category as Ports of Past to me. Needs more eyes and ears on them,
Yeah.
especially that record.
Um. All right. Poison the Well. Tropic Rot.
Ooh, I go between this and versions of my favorite Poison Well records. I fucking love these records.
This is my favorite Poison the Well release. I wasn't fully in on the stuff that came before this, but like I remember like giving this a listen when it came out. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is kind of different. I liked it a lot. I think another record that hist- history has looked back on differently than it was originally received. Is that fair?
Yo, yeah, that inversions got shit on so bad. They had a lot of member changes, and the sound went from like Opposite and Tear were like the records. Then You Come Before You. They got on a Velvet Hammer / Atlantic. That didn't work out. They went back to Ferret for versions and Tropic Rot, and both of those records were so good. And I think because they changed their sounds so much, that'd be another band to really talk about when the changing of sounds. They changed their sounds so much, and I think they finally matured. on those
Mm,
last two records. Um, like I said, Tropic Rot and Versions are interchangeable for me, but that is a record that history has thankfully been started to become kinder towards because it's very good. It shows a band getting mature, and it shows like
yeah.
how talented they actually are.
Sorry, trying to. I'm looking through all these records on here and trying to pick like key ones since we're getting into an hour and a half. Um,
I think I
so
might have. I know there was a TUI record, which we should just do that one right now.
yeah. So TUI Secrets of the World.
Uh, Still my favorite over Big Kiss Goodnight. I love Big
Um,
Kiss Goodnight, but this was the record that launched them, that truly launched them. It
True.
got them on the big tours and started the hype train. If you were in from the demo, Stay Cold, you were in for this, and you've stayed in even through Heatwave. Weirdly underrated, but this was the mosh record. This was the hardest. This was the knuckle dragging TUI record, and goddamn,
Very much.
10
Very
out of
much.
10, classic.
A record that I really love. Rise and Fall. Our Circle is Vicious.
Terrifying record. Terrifying.
I I love this band. I love this record. Um, I got into Rise and Fall and Cursed at the same time. Um, and it was at a time when like everyone around me was listening to like a lot of the reason that I have like all of this like more like MySpace metalcore stuff on here is that like I had friends who like just wanted me to get music for them because they didn't know how to navigate torrent sites. So I downloaded a lot of this stuff just to like give to them. But like I didn't really care for it and was just like I'm like give me dark, give me upsetting music. So um Rise and Fall very much scratch that itch.
Yeah.
Um all right, let's see. Uh do you care about Stray from the Path?
Uh, I was too old.
Yeah. Didn't really ever do anything for me. I know a lot of people really ride for them, but it falls into that uncanny valley hardcore.
Great band
And
name.
great band name. Um oh, here's a big record for me personally. The Chariot, Wars and Rumors of Wars.
That was
Um
number three, right? I like the first record. I know it's the only band tattoo you have. It's a Chariot tattoo. Um, I did not see them after the first record live, so that I just knew
fair.
that they were. I just knew that they were hitting new strides. They had already surpassed Norma Jean at this point,
Yep.
and their shows were becoming experiences as opposed to just shows.
Yeah. Um I nearly got my eyebrows singed off because they did fire breathing at some of their shows. I yeah. All right. Red Cord, Fed Through the Teeth Machine.
Is that three or four?
I think it's 4.
Um,
This was like I think the last one before the indefinite hiatus that they only recently came back from.
um, I'm a fan of the first two records, but this is smart people deathcore.
Yep.
They've I don't thematically think they've ever gone in like the typical deathcore themes lyrically.
They never really did like the reason one of the reasons I could fuck with them and didn't really like a lot of the other stuff was that like they never really went full like mindless misogyny. That
I mean,
so the rest of it definitely did. Like even the early Acacia Strain was just like, what are you doing?
really? I
Um,
didn't know that.
yeah, dude.
I've never paid enough attention to them. They're one of those bands on paper
Fair.
that like I should love them, but like okay, they're there. I think Red Chord at this point, I think I was out on just this style of music. So I think I'd heard enough of it at that point. But definitely smart deathcore. Definitely like regardless of how people feel about Guy now, I think that those records represent a nice shift in genre, and I think they were a lot of ways an unsung leader in that whole growth of like that particular kind of music, especially what we call deathcore now. So I think that they should be on a Rushmore, especially as far as how far they push the sound and lyrically, thematically. Again, not the full blown I hate women.
Mm-hmm.
They so I give them props for that.
Yeah. All right. A band that we talked about last week, Too Pure to Die.
Punch your friends, just fucking punch your friends. That's like I get them mixed up with a lot of the other straight edge and adjacent and just tough music. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm sure I've listened to them 1,000 times, but I couldn't pick a song out of a lineup and know who it was. But I'd have
Fair.
friends that could tell me
It
all about it.
to me it was kind of interchangeable with a lot of the other stuff from that era. But I think important band for a lot of people. Um, a band I completely forgot about until just this moment, The Network.
What's the? I feel like I should know them.
This is in the like ion dissonance realm of like chaotic sort of metalcore stuff, like
All
really
right,
punky and
I got it confused with somebody else, and I was like, "Is
okay.
it like the Faceless?" But I don't even think the Faceless had a record come out that year. So this, I'm gonna say I've heard them. Just I just could not pick them out of a lineup. Lola,
Um, People who listen to Botch and were like, but what if we could go even more mad?
Lola.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want her puking on anything. I don't want the cabinet.
A band that you and I initially bonded over. Um, a record that no one remembers. Zayo, Awake?
Question mark. Um, Definitely. Like, okay, I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound unkind, but I want people to understand why I'm saying it. I call that record contract fulfillment.
Yeah, this was their final one on Ferret. Um,
It has tracks. It genuinely has tracks, but
it
it's
does. Funnily enough,
disjointed.
one of the best tracks on the record, Romance of the Southern Spirit, was a re-recording of a song originally from like Funeral of God days
God, it should
that
have
was
been on
only on
there.
like the Japanese release. Remember back when like they would make like the Japanese release of records like have some sort of incentive to wait for it rather than try and order it from the States for some reason.
There's always an Obi strip, and there's always extra stuff. So part of the
Yeah.
fun.
Couple tracks, but the production wasn't the best on it. Um, yeah.
Their most
Uh,
disjointed record for sure.
very much. Um, a band that unfortunately I really like, but associate whose singer got hella canceled. All Teeth.
All Teeth 666.
Uh, no, just All Teeth. Or maybe 666. Their singer went on to be in Culture Abuse.
Oh, they're gonna say Seven Sisters of Sleep. Like that's ultra canceled too. Uh, I got nothing on this. I know the name, and I feel like I've listened to him, but I got nothing.
Real pissed, real fast, real short songs.
I definitely would have listened to him then. That was my
My favorite song from them just has them repeating "fuck you, die slow" a lot. Fuck you, die slow.
very straight edge hardcore.
Um, Shout out Connecticut hardcore, Hostage Com, first full length record Lens. This is kind of back when they were just doing straightforward hardcore music. It's good, but it wouldn't be to their next full length until um they would like really differentiate themselves as doing something like unique. Um,
Blind spot, straight up blind spot for me.
um,
I know the name at least, but blind spot for me.
Fair enough. Yeah, the full is it just self-titled? Yeah, their self-titled record that came out after this is I think in my opinion, their best record. If you can imagine a hardcore band incorporating Beach Boys elements in a cool way. um,
I think that's cool.
yeah,
I know, kid. It's soon.
Reign Supreme.
The Testing the Limits, Philly's Hate Breed when that record
Yep.
came out. Uh, great, great LP. Too bad Sky Burial never got vinyl. Too bad they did not get the recognition they needed. Underrated gem. Tough as fuck. Uh, Band had a lot of hype. I don't know what happened. Again, part of that Death Wish era where everything was popping. But for whatever
Yeah.
reason, outside of the Northeast, this band did not get nearly the support it should have gotten.
Just yeah, didn't pop off the way that um, other bands did. I think they really should have. Um, all right. I think I got gas in the tank for three more records. What do you think?
Yeah, pull some shit from the stuff I sent you. We've covered most of it. We didn't cover all of it. I think there's some that
Oh,
like
one more from my list here. Super Machiner.
uh
Rust.
weird weird Bannon project that more people should check out.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much. Uh oh, Masakari.
This Profit Feeds, is that when that came out? It was '09.
Eden Compromised.
That is the 7-inch. That's not. I don't think I have. I don't think I have that anymore. I think I just got the
Mm.
split LP and the full length now.
Oh, and one more thing from my list here that's worth talking about. Title Fight. Put out Last Thing You Forget. I think this is their first release.
That's the EP that has Symmetry, which is
Yep.
fast. Uh, Second favorite Title Fight record for me after Floral Green. Those are really the only two that I care about. Uh, Great. Another band whose sound changed with records, but that was like I will still listen to that and be like, yo, this is still good, fast, melodic hardcore. Almost
Yeah.
on the punk side of things. Great fucking debut record from a band that became very influential.
Yeah. All right. To the Beat of a Dead Horse, Touche Amore.
Uh Genre changing. Big
Yep.
record.
Yep.
Nobody knew it at the time, but
Now, Parting the Sea, I think, was the one that like where they really popped. But um, this record rules.
they toured so hard on this. I've only seen Touche 3 times. Uh one of which was Furnace Fest, one of which was another show in Charlotte. The first time I saw them, they were touring on this, and they played in Asheville at a place called the Edge Frat, uh, where Just Die and a crust punk rapper by the name of Juicy Carcass played a show. And they had little trampolines set up. So people were jumping off the stairs, to the trampolines, to crowd surf to Touche with like 150 kids packed into a house built for 30, and it was chaos, and it was beautiful, and I loved it.
That's awesome. Um, Touche is a band that I wish I got to see more like back during this era. I've seen them a ton. Um, to, in the years since. Um, First time I saw them was a co-headliner with Defeater that Code Orange Kids played.
That's wild.
Yep. Yeah. I've never seen Code Orange. I've only seen Code Orange Kids, and I saw them a bunch as Code Orange Kids back on that. What is still one of my favorite. I think my favorite release from them was that first Death Wish full length.
Love is Love, Return to Dust. Yeah, their
Yep.
Converge record. It's
Yeah.
very good.
It's very good. Thursday, Common Existence.
This is when they are getting very weird. They're very experimental. They've gone past like City by the Light Divided, I think, was the one that started getting weird and more electronic. This is the one where they really started pushing it. It's an underrated record. Like pretty much everything after a City by Light Divide is underrated Thursday. The split with Envy, this, No Devolution, uh, very mature, very brooding, like really brooding Thursday stuff. Uh, I would almost say this would be more akin to stuff what kids like now. This would be
Mm-hmm.
this like No Devolution. This would be like the starting points for people into any of the post hardcore now, and then going back. But this is weird electronic stuff. Very airy at the same time. So I think it's an underrated record by a band who I think gets their flowers in cycles.
Trainwreck was the next one.
This is all right. So I love the fuck out of this band. I saw them with Comadre and UMD in '07. German hardcore band. Their original band was called Eves, and members of that went on to form Trainwreck. Dirty, crusty, hardcore, socio-political messaging. It's very German. It's very bleak, um, unrelenting, and
Mm.
this particular release like is probably the most cohesive thing they've done. They did a lot of splits, a lot of yeah, they had the EP, a lot of splits, a couple EPs, and then like their final record was very different. But this was like the full length. If this and the EP are really all most people need, but this is just insanely good. A band that really is never on anyone's radar, and I will talk about them whenever I can. Uh,
You sent me this a while ago, and it's really good. Um, yeah, I don't have much to add beyond that, but like, now it's sick. Um,
of Concrete Canyons and Inner Wastelands was the name of the LP. If anyone need, again, this is the era where every fucking band had an entire like a novel for their album titles.
yeah. All right, I got a couple more here. We can just do some quick hits on.
All right,
Um, Narrows, New Distances. This was, I believe, this is the singer of Botch doing another like metalcore band, hardcore
yep,
metalcore band. Yep,
yep. Another
it's
other
sick.
another
It's techie.
another
It's cool.
another Death Wish hit. That another band that also outside of that initial pop. Unfortunately, I don't know if they toured a lot, but they never got
I don't think
bigger.
so. No,
But very good. I don't think they put out a bad release either. So I'll give
I
them.
don't think so.
I'll give them.
Um, all right, Loma Prieta,
This is four.
um, Dark Mountain.
That's the one right before four. Then,
Yeah.
emo violence, good. First portrayal of guilt record that you'll.
Mm-hmm.
This is your record. This is your band to get into. Same with like Frail Body, but this Loma Prieta is uh this generation's portrayal of guilt.
Yeah.
Portrayal of Guilt is this generation's Loma Prieta.
Yeah.
Good, very good band that I think more people need to put some time into.
I think so. All right. Nails, Obscene Humanity.
It's too much for me, man.
I fucking love Nails. Um, I fucking love Nails.
They're a band I have to be in a mood for. Like I really
Sure.
have to be in a. I need an abrasive, unrelenting, thudding, screeching, screaming anger vibe for the next 15 minutes. I need a catharsis when I
Yeah.
listen. Not an everyday listen.
No.
Not even close.
Um,
Uh, every couple year listen for me for that band.
um, Me Without You. It's all crazy. Um, Solid Dream. This was a period of extremely long album titles. Um, I know Me Without You is a blind spot for you. Very
Yep.
important band for me. This was a record that was a huge departure in their sound. It was like very like it went very folk music when they were doing like post hardcore stuff before this. Um, Another one of those records that like initially like a lot of people fucking hated when it came out. I really liked it. and then people have really come around on. With like some of the tracks from this record becoming like staples in their live show. Um, Lewd Acts, Black Eye Blues.
Again, Death Wish here, where they could do no wrong. Everything they put
Yep.
out was bangers. I've got black blue eyes. That record is so. I wish I could have had a chance to see them. I never got a chance to see them. I don't think I've seen video of them, but I know that they were important to a lot of people. But that record, again, dirty, dirty, fast hardcore with weird, slower parts. Uh,
Yeah.
Great fucking production, like some very crisp production. Uh, the tones on that guitar were great. I just again a band I wish like I was more into, but that record like caught my attention. I've never forgotten the first half of it. So, I wish more people I wish more people would talk about it a little more often because like if we weren't doing this tonight, I don't know if we'd bring up Ludax any other time. So I'm glad we got to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah. They definitely had a moment. I think a little lost to time. Um, and then the last two that I want to talk about, one because we're planning on doing a Convergiverse episode. Doom Riders, Darkness Comes Alive.
Blind spot. Whole band's a blind spot for me.
Fun metal. I don't know. Like it's cool. You listen to it, you're like, fuck yeah. Um, and then finally, I just fucking lost it. God shit damn it. Ass piss.
How'd you remember that episode of South Park so well? Bringing it back.
Facts, facts, facts. Oh, Make Do and Mend, Bodies of Water.
I know the stuff they did with Touche. I got nothing on this band.
Super important band for a lot of people. Bodies of Water is an EP. It's the for a lot of people say Unmeasured Mile is like the record, but like this was like the EP. This was the thing that like really it may have been their first release. I don't remember, but like it really clicked for a lot of people. Um, yeah, this was their first release, so it obviously holds special place in a lot of people's hearts. Yeah, super important to Connecticut and Massachusetts band. Children of hot water music.
Okay.
But
All right.
other than that, 2009, and we're missing a lot of stuff. But
Oh yeah.
it's been 2 hours. But
Yeah, we
like
covered more
huge year.
genre. We covered
Go ahead.
so much tonight in genre and outside of what we normally listen to for '09. Kind of a secret banger of a year.
Right?
Kind, didn't think it would be when we first started talking about it. And then we were like, oh, this record, and then this record, and then this record. And it's like, God damn, all
Mm-hmm.
right. Let's do an episode. And here we are.
Yeah. Oh, and just before I forget, did the band As Cities Burn ever do anything for you?
First two tracks off of Son, I Loved You at Your Darkest were cool. And after that, I got nothing.
Yeah. They put out a record this in 2009 called Hell or High Water that I don't think I think it's lost in for people because everyone likes the Sun, I Love You at Your Darkest, but this might be my favorite release from them. It's cool.
I got one
But
more. Speaking of lost of time. Did I send you Ruiner? Was Ruiner Hell is Empty in the list I sent you?
oh yes, it was my bad.
No, it's okay. I couldn't remember. Are you have any familiarity with Ruiner?
Um, Blind spot for me.
Um,
Yeah, Ruiner, Hell is Empty.
all right, so that was our last record. Baltimore, Jason Hardcore, fast. Uh, you could almost say procore. You could almost say procore mixed with youth crew. It was just good, fast, like get in there, do it hardcore, is melodic. um,
Mm-hmm.
for early stuff, and then Prepare to Be Let Down came out, and then this came out. This production wise changed. The structure of the songs changed. It was almost like Rob was being confessional about his entire existence on this record, and his some of his relationship stuff, and how he felt about the music scene. And
Mm. Is
I
this
think it
a
was just
band that you think got lost to time a little bit because TUI changed
absolutely
hardcore so much?
yes. And I think, if I remember correctly, there was a weird beef between like Justice and Rob on the like from internet rumors I read, and I don't know what it was over. But TUI essentially became the band. But Ruiner was like, if you needed something to replace AN because AN wasn't active and no, they were probably the closest to doing AN when no one else was doing AN, and
Mm.
they're Baltimore's version of it, and it was very good. So
Yeah. Um, should I do Ruiner for my homework this week? Or no, I need to give you homework.
yeah, you can be homework this week.
Uh, I should have thought about this, but you know what? Fuck it. Me without you.
All right, we've been talking about this. How many albums am I going to be going through for this?
Should I give you just like the ones to listen to?
No, I'll go
Because
through all of it. I just need a total. I just need an album count because I'm going to burn through these. I say burn through, but I'm going to go through these while I'm driving all week, so I can like.
yeah, I'm trying to think in my head. But one, two, three, four, five, six, seven.
A little daunting, but if I don't get through all of them, I will get through at least five, the first five. Uh,
I'm gonna guess that you're gonna like A to B equals life and Catch for Us the Foxes, and you'll probably fall off after that. If I
all
had
right,
to
fair enough.
guess,
Okay,
um, Catch for Us the Foxes and Brother Sister are like the records for a lot of people.
okay.
Depending on when they grabbed you first, it would like it. People might lean one or the other.
What do they
Um,
sound like? What kind of sound am I walking into? Give me a as basic of an example as
uh,
possible.
that is difficult. Um, it's hard to name a band that is another band that is so entirely their own thing. Other bands get compared to them.
Okay, give me some of
They don't
those
get.
names.
The biggest one that gets compared to them a lot is La Dispute.
Okay. How about Circus Survive? Is Circus Survive going to be in that conversation?
Um, it Circus Survive would almost certainly be in like the Spotify fans also listen to,
Okay.
but not because they sounded anyway similar. Yeah,
Okay. Hell
I
yes. All right.
actually, you know what record I might recommend that you might really get into is Pale Horses.
Ooh, spooky.
Um, that one, not to get too heavy into it, is the lead singer processing the death of his father and the fact that he is now married himself and like pretty recently married, like kids on the way, and like deal dealing with that, if
Reflective
that
of
makes
my
sense.
life. No, I can very much relate to it. Minus the kids,
Yeah,
it's cats. But no, that's definitely something that like I can relate to. Uh
yeah.
so all
um
right.
yeah, I'd be curious to hear what you have to say.
My wife got a vinyl puzzle or model. It's a model? 289 pieces or 289 steps. 289 steps. Jesus Christ. Fuck. This is difficult. Sorry. Very
Well,
stupid callback.
if you hung out for all 2 hours with us, thank you so much for listening. Please tell a
Yeah.
weird friend. We hope you
Uh,
enjoyed this. We hope we gave you something to listen to and go check out.
give us a
Um,
year you think is underrated. Then we'll do a
Please,
dive on that.
yeah. But this was fun.
Hell yeah, it was. I didn't think it was going to go this long. This is probably our most cohesive long episode. So fuck yeah for
Yeah,
us.
yeah. Wild to just kind of. I know we're stealing this idea from Axe to Grind, but wild to just like, man, holy shit, a lot happened that year.
Speaking of extra grind, we should just send it to him like, "Yo, we're taking your lead, and we deep dove on our own personal shit and some stuff that we didn't think we were going to talk." We just send it to him. I want to get their critique on that. So, Patrick, Bob, and Tom, we're going to send this to you, and if you get some time, give it a listen. Tell us what you thought about it.
Yeah, but thank you so much for listening. We love you.
We do.
Bye.
Bye.